are you, sir?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good. So have you seen Endgame yet?
I've seen as much Endgame as I think everyone has seen, which is the trailer and whatever little promotional things they're doing online.
Do they do that on purpose so you can't mess up and say what happens?
I think yes. I think it's one of the most, heavily guarded secrets in moviedom. And it's good, right? I mean, we don't want people to be out there ruining the experience for everybody else. So it's nice, but they're incredibly secretive about it. And that's why Marc Ruffalo, I don't even know why he's here doing press, but here he is.
So what is the fine? What is the penalty if you say something?
Well, they start you off before you even do press with an injury. So they just let you know that they're very serious.
So they break your legs first.
A finger. They just take it's like the Yakuza. They take a little finger and then you understand. Don't say anything else.
Could you believe it's been 22 movies?
No, they keep saying that and I start trying to count them down and it's...
Could you name them all though?
No, not even close. But no, it is a real testament to the staying power of the mythology of these characters and the way that Kevin Feige and Marvel et al. Has been able to really weave all these storylines for this long and keep it fresh and keep it interesting and just keep it exciting.
I interviewed Chris and Steven the other day at a WGA Foundation thing, and I said, how do you keep the story straight? I even said to him, I said, is there a time where you're writing a movie and you forget to give a certain character dialogue because there's so many?
Yeah, I think all of those things are happening, and really, thank God, we're not tasked with that, job. But the Russos, Joe and Anthony, every day was with every scene. It's a long conversation before we shoot about where we're coming from, where we're going, and we, these movies were cross-bordered. We shot them both at the same time. It wasn't even back-to-back. They were scenes that were happening from the next one, Infinity War, and some from Endgame. So trying to remember where you were and what just happened, and we'd shoot things and come back the next day and they go, we can't use any of that because that's not, we forgot that this, or we're gonna add this in, or we're gonna use this shot. So it was very schizophrenic for them, and seeing them at the end of the process, they were both really worn out. They were both really run down.
How did everyone find out who disintegrated? Is it
on the day? Kind of on the day. They were like, you're walking through him and he's going and Sam's disappearing. I was like, oh, word, okay. Because we didn't know. They kept it from us too. When I inhaled him, that was tough.
You inhaled?
That was a rough one. I had to inhale. I was breathing, and he turned to dust in front of me. No, but that was it actually was kind of an emotional moment, and I think they handled it very well in the film too, because these are real characters, and they're people that we've come to love and have these connections with, and then boom, they go away. So it was a great way, because you don't usually see a film like this end with that kind of pathos at the end of it. You're waiting for the big upswell at the end. It's like, no, there's no upswell.
There's a lot of people just gone.
Yeah,
at the snap of a finger, just like that.
Yeah, boom.
Who would you make go away with the snap of the fingers?
I think we all know I'm on Twitter pretty heavily. Yeah, I've snapped that dude out a couple times. But that's what an awesome power, right? What a sick glove to have.
I mean, isn't it also? I mean, when you look at it, it's just like having your finger on the button, right?
Yeah, no, it is, and I think that's another thing that the Marvel movies do really well is intentionally weave in themes and weave in, topics that through still the prism of Marvel deal with a lot of the things that we're dealing with and speak about a lot of the things that are very topical, that makes the movies feel very current and fresh and now, and gives people a lot of, you can tie into it. And it's for kids and it's for adults, and everybody can find their own place in these movies. And I think that's why they constantly work and people have such a thirst for them.
And Marvel, Black Panther, Captain Marvel. Yeah. We're seeing diversity in superheroes like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Why do you think now it's happening and it's so successful?
Well, I mean, it's something that obviously Stan Lee intended a long time ago. He had the whole diaspora of all of these different characters and all these different people and the relationships that they have from when he created these ideas a long time ago. And now more than ever, as you say, it's really time to celebrate all of that in a very real way. And we can see that when that has a platform and when you do that, the reaction is overwhelming. You know, Captain Marvel just passed $1 billion. You know, there's a huge desire to see different stories from different voices, and it's great that we're getting to do it.
When you were starting out in the business, did you ever think you'd be playing a superhero?
I did not. I knew it was something that I thought would be fun to do. And, you know, when this came along, I had gone in early and met with Robert and Kevin, and there was, you know, some people who wanted me for the part and people who wanted Terrance for the part, and Terrance got the part, thank, you know, God bless and everything. And then as things transpired and I came into it, you know, I was at my daughter's birthday party. She was like 7 years old, and they called me and they said, okay, it's going down. Terrance isn't coming back. We're giving you the offer. But we need to decide quick because we don't want this to get out, and we're gonna, you know, release it. So, so we need you to decide. It's an 8-picture deal. I forget how many movies it was, but it's like that's like 10 years. That could be 12 years that we're talking about. They said, well, we need a decision in an hour. I said, to decide on, I don't even know what I don't even know where it's going. They're like, hey, you got to just take a leap of faith. And I said, well, I'm at my daughter's birthday party. They said, oh, take 2 hours.
They're like, let her blow out the candles and get back to us.
Go ahead and cut the cake and then get back here and say yes or no. So it was a decision that had to be made, you know, pretty quickly.
Did you ever talk to Terrance about it?
Yeah, I saw Terrance the next day, actually.
Wow.
After the whole thing went down, we met, you know, we saw him on the Warner Brothers lot. And I'd known Terrance for years, you know, produced Crash, put him in Crash. We never had any beef. There was never anything between Terrance and I, ever. And this was something between Terrance and Marvel and his people and all of that. So we didn't really have a thing about it. You know, I literally pulled up behind him incidentally on the lot, and he was going in for something else, and he came out and we chopped it up, and he was like, I'm good with you. I said, I'm good with you too. This has nothing to do with us.
That's amazing.
Straight.
That's amazing. Okay, so Disney Fox merger. Which X-Men do you want to come over to the Avengers?
Oh, wow. Who would it be?
Or Deadpool or Wolverine?
Yeah, I think that Deadpool would, I think we want to see that.
Yeah.
I just want to see Deadpool with these characters. And that just something about that.
I feel like
insane.
Everyone's saying it should be Deadpool.
Yeah, we want to see how that works.
I did want to get a little more serious with you. The Georgia abortion bill. You signed your name to that letter. Why is that so important to you?
Well, I think it's really about a wave of human rights issues that we're seeing, not just in our country, but really across the world, you know. And there feels to me that there is a real ideological struggle between trying to go back to a time of again, which, what is that? I don't even know when again was. You know, I think of a comedian who's become sort of persona non grata, but his joke about going to the future versus going to the past, and you know, him saying, he was saying as a white man, you know, I can literally go to any year and they'll just snap out a table and be like, hey, I was here. He goes, but in the future, oh, I'm not going there. Because we're gonna have to pay for everything we did, and I'm not dealing with that. But you know, as things progress, obviously more people want to pull back who are frightened of what that potentially could mean. And I just feel that specifically with something that has already been adjudicated, this has already been decided. Roe versus Wade has been decided. And to want to go and relitigate that, and this bill is particularly draconian with what it wants to do with women, that it's just very important that we speak up and show up, and I think if we don't, then we have no one to blame if things turn to again.
Right. What do you think is going to happen in 2020?
I have no idea. I mean, really, I think it's probably too early to tell. There's still obviously a lot of dust that has to settle around things that are ongoing, and people are having to, in this kind of a horse race, find their voice and find their lanes, but something needs to change dramatically and drastically, and I hope it does.
Do you think it will?
I tend to be cynical and somewhat skeptical about our ability to pull ourselves out of it, but I'm hopeful that it does at the same time, and I know that hope without work is pointless, so we got to roll up our sleeves and make the change that we want to see.
What inspires you to roll up your sleeves?
I don't know, probably my family, probably what I come from, probably my parents instilled something in me very early, even earlier than I probably recall, you know. But I just know that I was always told that, you know, to fight for what you believe in and to stand up for people who can't. And, you know, you can't start a fight that's illegitimate, but you can end a fight that is for the right cause. You know, you can fight for a cause and are supposed to. So I don't think that stops just because you become an actor or whatever, you know, position that you are fortunate enough to have. I think, in fact, it, you know, requires you to do it once you're in the light.
So let's have a little fun. How well do you know your co-stars? Robert Downey Jr., has he won an Oscar?
No, he's not.
He should, though. You would think he would have.
He stole an Oscar. He showed it to me, but he has not. No.
Chris Hemsworth.
He has not won an Oscar.
Was he on Australia's Dancing with the Stars or Australia's Got Talent?
I think Australia's Got Talent, wasn't it? I think it was Dancing with the Stars, wasn't it?
He didn't show you his dance moves lately?
No. I don't want to see that.
Scarlett Johansson did an album, a cover of one artist, all songs by that artist. Do you know who it is?
No.
He's like,
to you?
Yes, because I'm asking
because you did the research,
yes.
Right? Well, if I could go on my phone, I could probably find all these answers.
Tom Waits.
Yeah, Tom Waits. She did a whole Tom Waits album. Just him.
She's never jamming out on set.
No, she doesn't jam out on the set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Thank you.